This is Story for the Kids.
It's 1972 and there's hockey on the news. Watching hockey with the Russian. Damn, it's cool.
That's Chris Hadfield. He's an
Astronaut in space, mustache on my face. This is about Canada and Russia. That's it. Start the episode. Canada, Russia, 1972. 8 games, 2 countries. This was bigger than hockey. This was capitalism versus communism. There was a Canadian diplomat in the Russian embassy. He was reading the newspaper and they were like, Canada and Russia should do like a tournament to find out who's the best of the best. You guys and us, we like, they actually like advertise these as exhibition games. Just like, oh, we're just doing this for fun. This was f***ing war. Harry Sinden was the coach. Funny story about him was he worked for some weird job and he got fired like 2 days before they asked him to be the coach. So he's like, yeah, I need money. So the guy who set this up, his name was Alan Eagleson. He set up the Canadian roster. It consisted of Phil and Tony Esposito, Ken Dryden, Pete Mahavolich, and Bobby Clarke. The media, they knew Canada was going to win 8-0. 8 games, 8 wins. First 4 in Canada. Montreal was game 1. Toronto was game 2. Winnipeg was game 3.
Vancouver
was game 4. Game 1, the Forum in Montreal. The Canadiens walk into the arena and they look like kings. Like they don't give a After 30 seconds, it's 1-0 for Canada. Okay. You know what happens? Russia plays this beautiful, graceful, majestic, some of this shit, you know, lots. Just this guy named Kharlamov scores 2 more goals. Russia just starts pounding on Canada. Guess what the final score was? 7-3. Second game, Canada just came out, just dropped. Russians weren't used to that. There wasn't too much to say. Canada played a Canadian game. Russia couldn't match it. That's it, 4-1. Game 3 was awesome. Game 3 tied. What? Canada was winning 3-1. Okay. Russia tied it. Okay. It ended as a tie.
What does that mean?
It was a tie. It's 1-1 and 1. It's a tie. Game 4. You know what Game 4 means? Game 4 means we're headed to Russia soon. Russia took a 2-0 lead very early. They were crafty and it wasn't structured. It was like revolutionary. They were kings. Russia won and we were expecting so much dominance from our team and our results were so bad that we just started booing them.
All of us guys are really disheartened and we're disillusioned and we're disappointed in some of the people. We cannot believe the bad press we've got, the booing we've gotten in our own buildings.
We didn't do this for the money. We didn't do this for the business. We did it for Canada.
They can throw the money for the pension fund out the window. They can throw anything they want out the window. We came because we love Canada.
Because we love our country.
The last 4 games were held in Moscow. We get to Russia, it gets real. Every single person who is attending this game, they are celebrities, they are pop culture icons. The 5th game, it was a close game. It was like a 4-3 game. The Russians came back. Canadians were up like 2-0.
Yeah, Russia scored 4 goals in 5 minutes.
Yes.
3-1-1
for Russia.
Canada needs to win 3 in a row.
6 and 7.
You know what happens for both of them?
Canada wins both.
Yeah.
The Canadians did what the Canadians always do.
What do they do?
Come out swinging. Everyone's just literally trying to kill each other. Drop. One guy had his tongue cut right in the center and split open. He had to get something like 15 stitches.
50 stitches.
I had 2 stitches on my elbow when I was a kid. That sucked. I cried a lot. And our boy, Bobby Clarke, good old Canadian boy, with his stick just breaks this guy's ankle.
And one style.
He's out. All the Canadians are just being goons. This is not European style hockey.
So it's 3-3-1. Do you see why the tie was so important here? There's an 8-game series, but one tie makes it a best of 7.
Mama always said, never know what's gonna happen in a game of hockey.
3,000 Canadians now are on the bandwagon. We're like, listen,
And they have this whole section designated to themselves.
Yep.
And this is just out of control. Explosions, there's fireworks. Who else would be the hero but Mr. Esposito? He scores 2 goals, makes it 5-5 in the third period. With 34 seconds left in the game.
Henderson won it with a clutch goal. This was bigger than hockey. In and around that time, Russia just started like dominating sports. We're nice. When it comes to hockey, you don't with us.
And that's something you gotta be proud of, being Canadian.
Here's a shot. Henderson made a wild stab for it, fell. Here's another shot, right